Hey, what's up? This is your girl Diamond. How are you? I know it's been a long time, huh? I want to tell you guys an incident that happened last week. It's kind of two stories. It's kind of like a story from '03 and a story from last week that I'm putting together because the incidents kind of correlate and I want to see what you guys think about it and tell me what you think. So in '03, my aunt passed away. Now let me give you some history of this aunt. This aunt is not my biological aunt. This aunt is my mother's teenage best friend. They both had kids when they were teenagers, when they were best friends. So they raised both of their kids as cousins because they were like this, because they were best friends. During that upbringing, all of us was really close. In the process of that closeness, we also got really close with my mom's best friend's family. So we knew about her sisters and her sister kids, and we all would spend the night over here. All the kids would be together playing, and it's kind of, we had a closeness. Even though we weren't technically blood, we were close. So fast forward to 2003. My aunt, my mama's best friend, passed away. When somebody passes away, you have funeral services, right? My cousin, her name is Tangi. The one I was raised with as kids, with me and my mom and her, they best friends, We were the children of these two best friends. So I call her my cousin, Tangi. When she passed away, she was her mom's only child, so of course it was devastating. And she was the only child. So that was her mom. She loved her. It just was a bad time for her. She has a cousin. Her girl name is Donna. Her boy name is Michael. She's a transsexual. Now, she's a little bit younger than us. She just basically started transitioning. At the time that the funeral, in '03, she had just started, probably like a year or two. When my aunt had her services, my cousin Tangi told Donna, aka Michael, that you can't come to my mom's funeral services. Pause. Over the years, my mom and her best friend stopped being best friends. Not because of some... Now, as far as the kids know, we don't know if it was some kind of issue or nothing. We didn't know nothing. They didn't fall out or fight or anything that we know of. But they just stopped being close. So we were still close. And I still would go over their house, still go to church with them. The aunt that passed away is the one who introduced me to church. I stopped being close with them because I was moving around. I was moving to Mississippi, moving to Boston, moving to California, moving to Texas, whatever I was doing. We were not close anymore, and it was hard to keep in touch. So sometimes we didn't even have a number on each other. But like, we would run into certain family members at the mall and say, "Oh, do you got Tangi's number? Do you got Faye's number?" Faye is my aunt. Tangi is the daughter. Do you got Tangi's number? And we kind of would stay in touch, kind of like that. So the week after my aunt's funeral service, the ones that Tangi said, "No, Michael, you cannot come to my funeral service as a girl. You need to come as a boy because you're a boy." I didn't find out until a week later that my aunt had died and the services was last week because I had just came back from Mississippi. So when I found out about the services through the transsexual, because I saw her at the club, she said, "Oh, Aunt Faye just died last week. We had the services." And in the process of her telling me about the services, she told me that Tangi told me not to come to her, not me, but told the transsexual not to come to Aunt Faye's funeral. So I was like, "Oh my God, that's fucking shady. Well, how's she gonna tell you not?" I went into anger mode because it pissed me off. How you gonna not let her come to her aunt's funeral just because she's a transsexual? It pissed me off because me and Tangi grew up together. She knew my transition and she never gave me any issues about it. So I want to know in my mind, I was like, so you would have not let me come to my aunt's funeral? If I knew about it, you would have not let me come? Da 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 da. So it put me in an anger mode where I was pissed off and I wanted some answers, but I didn't have Tangie's number and da 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 da. And they didn't talk because they had got into it about the situation. Blah 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 blah. All of that was '03. And anytime I did see Tangie, we wouldn't talk about that. We would be catching up, asking about, she would ask me about my mom. We would be catching up on each other's life and what's going on with each other. So I never would think about the incident until like I would leave and talk to somebody else. So that incident happened in '03. I was really angry about it because I felt it was disrespectful to my aunt to not let everybody who would mourn her come and mourn her. Just because she's a transsexual, she could have just came in and sat in the back and whatever. Let her pay respects to her aunt because she loved her too. So I was pissed off at my cousin Tangie. Fast forward to last week. The transsexual that was not allowed to go to the funeral, her sister passed away. So I called my mom, who was in Indianapolis, and I said, well, go to the services, Mom. The services is tomorrow at this time, da 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 da. Now, the girl who passed away, the sister, her and my mom was even tighter than her best friend. When they stopped being best friends, she got real close to the girl who passed away last week. So, bam, living together, all that kind of stuff. Because this is the transsexual sister, of course she's going to be able to come to the services. My mom goes to the services. Of course, because this is the cousin of my cousin Tangie, she comes to the funeral. All the family comes to the funeral. My mom says she walks in and she sit in the back first because she's not a blood. In her mind, she was like, I'm not a blood relative, so I'm going to sit in the back, not going to sit in the front. Like I'm family, da 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 da. So, but when she came to view the body, because the whole family knew her closeness with the girl who passed away, they were like, "Why are you sitting in the back? You need to be sitting up in front. You was like one of her closest peeps. Get your ass up here in the front." And they hadn't seen my mom in years, and blah 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 blah. So while they're sitting talking during the services and during da 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 da, all of a sudden from the back of the church, they hear a rustling of snickers and laughters and talking and whispering, where everybody turns around and all you see was Donna, aka Michael, coming to the church in a full-length fur, long coat down to her feet, full drag makeup, a big Beyonce curly cowardly lion work it out curly wig. My mom says she think it was probably 2 wigs on top of each other, just coming into the church house to the funeral service dressed in full drag. My mom said the whole church house, nobody was like, what the? Nobody was verbally just loud about it, but it became a spectacle that took away from the services, that took everybody's attention away from what the purpose of this situation was. People laughing, people whispering, people saying, oh, hell no, and da-da-da-da-da, all this kind of stuff during the services. So after the services was over, my mom, who hadn't seen my cousin Tangie in so long, they connected. And my cousin Tangie ended up taking my mom home. So my mom started talking to Tangie about my aunt passing away because they hadn't talked in all these years. They hadn't talked about anything. So my mom asked her about the services, and then my mom bring up the fact that she didn't let Michael aka Donna, come to the services. And my mom asked her, well, what would have happened if Diamond would have came? Now, you know, Diamond, that's her aunt. That's her. She loved your mother like, you know, like family. We raised y'all together. And my cousin Tangi said, look, Aunt Didi, she says, this is how I think about it. You saw what happened today. When Michael came in, it was a big circus spectacle. That's not even how Michael dresses on a regular day. Michael dresses like a girl all the time, but he doesn't come like that. That's a drag queen. He came in drag because he thinks that's impressive. Like, he thinks that makes him a regular girl. He thinks that makes him a woman when he does all that stuff instead of just being a regular person coming to services. He made Tracy's funeral look like a circus, a spectacle. And I wasn't going to have that at my mama's funeral. I'm her only child. I'm going to protect her services. No, you're not coming to my mom's funeral dressed like that. Because this is about honoring my mother, not respecting your gender choice or gender decisions. This is about honoring my mother. So if you want to come to the funeral and pay respects, then you need to dress like a boy and come to the funeral and pay respects like that. Because you're not going to make a clown of a circus of my mom's funeral. I don't think I would. Then my mom said, well, when my mom asked her what would she have done if I would have came, she was like, I don't think Diamond would have did that. Diamond would have came like a regular girl, coming to church doing your thing. They wouldn't even know anything, what's going on. I know how she get down. I've seen it. So it would have been a total different scenario. I wouldn't have had to say anything to Diamond. So my question to y'all, because in my mind, yes, I was angry when I first heard the incident, but when my mom described how the situation played out last week at the other girl's funeral, that gave me a perspective that I didn't think about. And I understood my cousin saying, you're not going to make a circus out of my mom's services. You can be mad all you want. Say I'm infringing on your rights, but you're not going to make a spectacle of my mom's situation because this is to honor my mom, not you. So this is about my mom. So I kind of understood. I was like, yeah, that's true. I'm kind of mixed on both sides, even though I understand her. At the end of the day, this is my mom's services, and I'm not going to let you wear it out. Because just like you just wore I knew you was going to do that. Just like you just wore your sisters out, you're going to do that to my mom. So, I want to know what you guys think about the situation. I kind of understand my cousin, but I kind of understand Donna being mad about the situation as well. And I've talked to Donna about how to be regular, but Donna's kind of off. So when you tell her something, it goes in one ear and goes out the other. It's not, there's a lot of trans people that I've met that when you tell them, they either think you're being shady or you don't know. Like, Donna feels like I don't have to do, because I'm quote unquote passable, I don't have to do all the makeup that she has to do. It's hard to get it through her head how, when, and not to do stuff because she won't listen to you because she feels like your opinion is based off of you. No, Diamond, you don't have to wear makeup because you're passable. But I do, so I'm going to wear it because it makes me look more like a girl. That's how her mentality is. Instead of taking my advice. No, you don't have to wear 2 wigs on top of each other. No, you don't have to be in drag. No, you don't have to do all of this. But she won't listen to me. So I've talked to her about that. Anyway, tell me what y'all think about the situation with the funeral. And this is your girl, Diamond. Have a good day.